Objects flying, unexplained banging, a house that seems to turn against the people inside it. Tonight, on Ghostwatchers Northwest, we're stepping into the chaos of poltergeist activity. Are these violent disturbances caused by unseen entities, or could the living be the true source? We're Rebecca and Yvonne, and this is where things start to get unsettling. So what actually defines a poltergeist and how is it different? Poltergeists tend to be more chaotic. They might move things, often physical things can be thrown. Traditional hauntings tend to be more passive, more residual, so more like maybe voices, cold spots, strange noises, whereas poltergeist activity tends to be a bit more intense. So you might find that things are being moved and they can have a reputation for being a bit more aggressive as well. Poltergeist activity tends to be more focused as well. So it's not about the atmosphere. It tends to be more of a focused haunting, but they tend to be more noisy, more, like I said, more chaotic. But the physical, moving physical things seems to be the key feature with poltergeist activity.
Hi everybody, welcome back. Yvonne, Ghostwatchers Northwest here. So tonight's subject is poltergeist. What actually defines a poltergeist and how is it different from a typical haunting? Right, so for this one I'm going to say, so a poltergeist is going to be noisy. It's going to bang things, open and shut doors, it's going to move things, throw things, where a typical haunting will be manifestations and maybe voices and drops in temperature and things like that. So the difference with a poltergeist haunting and a typical haunting would be, if it's a poltergeist one, you're going to have, it's going to be physical. It'd probably have some connection to the place itself. Would probably be more drawn to the person, the energy, the emotions, the vulnerableness of the person, or things like that. But it's more than likely going to be a non-human entity, quite often aggressive.
Have I ever experienced poltergeist activity? What I believe to be poltergeist activity? Yes. We did an investigation at a haunted roller rink, and the owner or the manager of the roller rink actually said to us that they believed they had poltergeist activity, and he would throw planks of wood, and it was specifically targeted around one area. So we kind of went in with an open mind. You just don't assume. You always have to have an open mind about these things. During the investigation at one point, I will put a clip in as well, we did see some poltergeist activity that we could not explain. Torch or a light, I think it was, flew off the shelf, and it made me jump and made me scream a little bit because I wasn't expecting it. So yeah, that was one incident of poltergeist activity.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I might have caught it, I don't know.
Rebecca might have caught it, so we'll try and insert some footage somewhere, so keep an eye out for their video. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Yvonne's just shown me like a piece of equipment that's been pushed and broken into a few pieces.
And it's on a flat base, so it couldn't have just tumbled
so
over.
There you go, folks.
That,
so yeah,
it made us jump.
No, it made you shit your whackers.
We did shit our whackers, I shouted.
Completely. So
But this is what we need.
Yeah, but we need more of this now.
Come on, like I said, we heard you like throwing wood. There is plenty of wood in that corner there.
Another incident was where I've had cat balls moving around, and that was, I think it was at the Black Lane police station, and the cat ball just started to move, but in like a circular kind of motion. I think Yvonne and Denise have also experienced that kind of poltergeist activity with the cat ball somewhere that they were investigating as well. I can't remember exactly where, but if I can, I'll pop a clip in now.
I'll tell you my name. My name's Denise, and I mean you no harm.
And I'm Yvonne, and I also mean you no harm. Okay, 2 meters going up. And I also mean you no harm. Okay, 2 meters going up.
So I'm hoping that's been caught, guys. We can't even move the table.
I'm sad.
You're sad. The sort of tables are solid, and Yvonne's torches just rattled as it's rolled. You can obviously see Yvonne's are banging on the table and everything.
How the hell did that do
This table's
that?
solid, and the K2's lighting as well.
The torch is just basically rocked and but I can't explain.
So when you're banging the table, the K2's going off, but
Yeah, but I can't explain.
still flashing though, we're not banging now.
But it was there, it was straight, it was flat. No, right.
Others are scared.
Yeah, we have experienced some poltergeist activity on investigations, but I have to be honest and say it's very rare. It's not often that we will see something that is poltergeist activity. And as an investigator, when we do experience some kind of poltergeist activity, we do get quite excited because it's something that we don't come across often. Another example as well, which I've just remembered, is when myself and Yvonne went to Accrington police station. We had an incident where we was both away from the camera. The camera was set up on the tripod and the camera had been moved, and it was just a really creepy thing came over, and we heard a weird voice. And I was like, did you just move that camera to Yvonne, to my mum? And she was like, no. And she was nowhere near the camera. So it was a very, very strange incident, which could have been poltergeist activity.
Did you touch that thing then? Hello? Let me in. I'll just hold it. Let me in. I'll just hold it while I see you.
And from my own personal experiences, I have experienced some poltergeist activity in the past. Again, it's rare, so when it has happened, it's not something that's happening all the time. It's just been a few incidents where we've had things happen in the home. If you go and look at the haunted house discussion that we did, I go into detail about what happened, but basically I have experienced poltergeist activity myself as well.
Have I ever experienced poltergeist activity? Yes, I do believe we have. So there's been quite a few times, but off the top of my head, the first one I remember is at Black Lane police station. We had the cat ball on the table and we was just doing our thing, and it just started flashing, but it was actually spinning round on the table and moving around. You know, the cat ball was moving along the table and spinning.
Oh. Oh. Can you hear that? No, it's coming from down there. Thank guys, there's someone over here. Yeah. Sat on that chair.
So it's definitely nothing. This is. I'll bring it closer for you, and we'll move this one. Right there, aren't they?
Did you just do
Oh,
that?
I just put it down.
That's it. Keep rolling the spirit ball. Look at it.
That's it. It lights up nice.
Look at it rolling. Keep rolling the spirit ball. That's it. Use that energy. Move that ball.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
It's moving now on its own. It's moving the spirit ball. Moving on its own.
Have you got the SLS on there still?
Yeah, they're still there.
They're
Look.
still there?
Yeah.
That hasn't shown up. That should stop and nobody's in front of it. That means someone's still stuck there. Oh, but lights come on. I want to set that off.
This is the active area.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right, guys, the motion sensor's going off. This paranormal box is going off.
Going off, and that's usually unless it's a phone and things like that. Let me move that. And then another one that stays in my head is we was at Wigan roller rink, and we had a motion sensor light right at the end of the rink on a ledge. So it had been there for a bit, and we was just at the other end of the rink, and it just flew off and landed on floor and smashed. There's been a few more, but them are the two that are on top of my head.
Poltergeist caused through external entities, or are they linked to emotions? Some believe that poltergeist entities feed off emotion and chaos and that kind of thing. Others believe in psychic kinetic energy, so this is formed from stress, trauma and adolescence, and that's why you see a lot of movies where poltergeist activity is caused from young teens during a very vulnerable time in their life. And it could very well be that it may be one or the other. So different cases have different causes, and that's how we would determine what could cause poltergeist activity. I do believe that it could be one or the other. So it could be the psychic kinetic energy, or it could be the emotional energy kind of thing.
Are poltergeist linked to external entities, or could they be linked to human emotional entities? It's an odd one, this. So I'd say human emotional entities, because I think they tend to play on the vulnerable people, but you know, so then again they could have links to demonic, and you know, it could be demonic. Demons or something like that. I believe they're more likely non-human entities. So, I don't know. It's what you believe in it. It's up to you to make your mind up, really, isn't it?
Okay, so the next question is poltergeist activity dangerous? What should people do if they are experiencing it? So, most cases, I would say it's not dangerous. It's more distressing more than anything. The ones I've come across, it's not been as violent as you see in the movies. From my experience, it's been quite, you know, there's nothing that's really caused any real danger. It's just been more scary and more, like I said, distressing more than anything. I also think as well that fear can escalate it, so it's important to stay calm, even though it's hard to be calm in them situations. But I think if you're being fearful, it can escalate poltergeist activity. So what should you do if you experience poltergeist activity? So my advice is to 1, rule out any natural causes, any explanations that it could be. You know, make sure it's nothing that is an explainable cause. So make sure it is poltergeist activity that you're dealing with. Number 2 is to avoid provoking. Best thing to do is to not try your best not to provoke it or do anything that can escalate further poltergeist hauntings. And finally, number 3 is to seek support. Tell others, see if there's anything in the community that anybody in the community that might be able to help, and document everything. So document the activities that's happening, try to film it or make a diary of what's happening when it's happening. But generally just stay calm. Usually these things can just happen and then they can disappear on their own. In my experience with poltergeist activity, it's been a fleeting thing that's happened and then it's just settled right down and everything's stopped. And like I said, it's not been anything that's put myself in any danger. I've not felt like there's been danger. But yeah, I was very calm though, and I think that's the way you need to be. You just need to be calm and follow the steps as I did say. I do believe that's how you would deal with poltergeist activity. And if all else fails, just get the hell out of there. Get the hell out of there, pack your bags and go. No, I'm only joking.
Is poltergeist activity dangerous, and what should you do if you believe you're experiencing it? I'd definitely say dangerous. And if you're experiencing it, if I was personally experiencing it, I would get some burn sage, say lots of prayers, be strong, try and cast it out, and if all else fails, run. Get some help off someone that knows what they're doing.
Okay, so the next question is, are poltergeists real or can they be explained scientifically? Science explains poltergeist activity as often being a response to stress, so the mind's response to stress or a misconception or environmental factors. However, not all reports can be easily explained. So some people, it feels very, very real to them, and there is multiple witnesses and certain things that can't be scientifically proven. So yeah, there is some science out there that says, oh, well, it's this and that. And there's also people out there that are saying, well, it can be explained. There's multiple witnesses. So it is very much a debatable question when you're asking if it can be scientifically explained, because there is two sides to the argument. It felt very real to me when I experienced it. And when we've been on investigations, it's not just been myself that's witnessed it, it's been the team that I've been with, and there's been a record of complaints about the poltergeist activity. So when we went to the haunted roller rink, it was one of the things that the manager explained what was happening, and he believed they had a poltergeist activity. And you know, it turned out that we did actually witness that poltergeist activity ourselves. So it can be very difficult to explain scientifically when you're looking at multiple witnesses. There's also very famous cases like 30 East Drive, where poltergeist hauntings was very much the forefront of the case. And this was allegedly witnessed by police officers. Many people in the community have also witnessed the poltergeist activity, and this seemed to be quite aggressive in nature. Like I said, in my personal experience, I haven't experienced anything that has been dangerous, but according to the case on 30 East Drive, there was things such as like fires being started. So it was on a very, very violent and aggressive level. So there's been cases, famous cases, where there has been a high level of poltergeist activity, and it has been witnessed by many people, including police officers.
Are poltergeists real, or can they be explained scientifically? That depends on you. Some people believe, some people think, don't. A scientist will probably, if you're a scientist, you probably have got, you probably can explain it scientifically. It depends. I think I'd say that depends on the person. So it's an hard one to answer that, because it depends on the person.
It would be really interesting to know if any of you have experienced poltergeist activity in your life. And if you have, can you share your experiences in the comments below? We'd be very grateful, and we love reading about everybody's experiences as well.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget, if you experience any poltergeist activity,
run. run.
Whether poltergeists are violent spirits, manifestations of human energy, or something science has yet to understand, one thing is certain: when the knocking starts and objects move on their own, the fear feels very real. This is Ghost Watchers Northwest. Sleep well, and if your house goes quiet tonight, ask yourself why.